Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Just thought I'd spend a minute and see how you guys are doing during all this shutdown stuff. Um, I went ahead and now I'm in Oklahoma. Everybody probably knows that at this point, and we're pretty shut down now, unless you're supposed to be working or you can work like I've started to now. I took the last probably 10 days off, and by off, I just did farm projects and a few things that I thought might be smart depending on what's upcoming with all of this. Went and got my chicken houses finished and got my goat pens finished and got my goats all set up and got my chickens all set up. We've got about 35 of them, and just kind of making a few moves on a few things that got to be a little bit rare during this issue. But I could only sit still for so long, even working on my own stuff. So I'm back at work now. I started back Saturday, and now took yesterday off, of course, and now back at it again today. I decided there's really nothing wrong with working on vacant houses, which we have, and we've got three right now, I believe, and they're just either my family's houses or my personal houses that don't have tenants in them, and we were in the middle of remodeling anyway. The difficulty was I don't want to go to the store, really. I'm trying to stay out of all of that, and whether or not you believe any of this stuff is real or whatever, that's up to you. But the truth is, I'm not going to accidentally go into someone's house and accidentally spread it to them when I could have it. So I'm not working in any occupied homes. And avoiding going to the store. This has come in, I know a lot of videos and a lot of people are very into the lean manufacturing and working with as little supplies on hand at all times as possible. However, if there's ever been an indicator of a good time to have actually had a few things stockpiled in your business, this is it. Unfortunately, I have had such an issue with never having time to hunt through my stuff when I'm on the way to a job or whatever, that, for instance, instead of going to my shop and looking for a specific leftover half box of screws or whatever, I would just pick up another new box of screws on the way to my job for that job. Now when I finish, there might be a third of a box, might be a fourth, whatever. It just goes back to the shop and got put up. Well, in the course of time, you end up with a tremendous supply of everything from flashing to nails, screws, half gallons of paint, full gallons of paint that you didn't need, piles of stuff. And a lot of it, if you just spend a little time and organize, is very useful. So I spent a day or two this last week and got all my screws organized. Well, not all, I hate to say all, but I did a lot. And I got all my paints together that I've had left over and sorted my colors. Fortunately, we only use about 3 or 4 colors in all of our houses, our rentals anyway, so everything I can find pieces that all match. So at this point, I'm working on our houses. I don't have to go to the store. I have not been in Lowe's in more than back when I was working before. So I'm staying out of stores, working down some of my supply of material, and I probably have enough stuff to get me a good solid week and a half in without ever having to go to a store. And I'm hoping that you kick this can on down towards the end of April and maybe we're coming on out the other side of this. If not, maybe we'll take some more time off. But in the meantime, at least I'm making some money. I'm back at work. We're getting houses ready for people to rent. We've had a big demand for rentals, and a lot of our rentals got taken because, you know, a month or so ago was tax season, a couple months ago. And during tax season, people move because they have a chunk of money for the first time in a year, and that's generally when all of the houses that have come up vacant through the year and didn't get re-rented, they all get taken all at once. Within a 2 to 4 week period, we have no vacancies. So at this point, we have about 3 that we've never gotten remodeled since we bought them last year. We've been too busy on everything else. So I'm knocking those out. And who knows, maybe when people get their stimulus checks, they're going to want different houses or bigger houses or who knows what. It's the same thing that happens with their refunds, only this time everybody's getting it. So anyway, we want to be prepared for that and hopefully get people in some of these. This house here, I've shot a video or two in this kitchen, back months and months ago because we haven't been able to work here. This house is almost done. They had a brick backsplash and whatnot. We're sanding down cabinets, repainting cabinets, and then all the doors and everything are in my shop to get sanded and refinished. But anyway, this is just to tell you guys that just shut down and staying away from people doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get a lot of profitable things done. Whether it's organizing your shop, your trailer, getting your tools together, getting supplies together that you didn't realize you had. But this is something that I have planned for in a way for a very long time, because as a self-employed contractor, there are periods of time when you'll have no work. You may knock out a huge job, your income is great anyway, but you may have 3 free days. You may have 4 or 5 days in a month that you don't work, that are regular work days, not your weekend days. And so that's why for a very long time I've bought distressed houses, like I've had on a couple of videos before. That way when I have free days, me, my helpers, whoever, we can all jump on those houses and knock them out. It's just a great time. You can get 2 or 3 days of profitable time. Your employees don't have to be sitting at home with nothing to do. You can keep them working straight on through the project, not to mention yourself can keep going. They're also great places to use up excess supplies. And if you bought too much paint for another house or whatever, maybe you can get another bedroom out of it at a rental or something. Keeps costs low. And you don't have to shut your business down and just hammer on one of your houses for the month or 2 it takes to remodel it. Just fit it in between, and in a year or so of free days, you got another house. This is also a big benefit of running the debt-free rental property, the way of doing it that way. There's a lot of big YouTubers and stuff that do leveraged real estate. And at this point in time, that could be a really scary spot to be in. I've only got one mortgage, as I've mentioned before, and that's on my lake house, and it's not a very significant mortgage, $500 and something a month. So with all the rentals I've got, I've lost 2 tenants in the last month due to the oil crisis, really, here in Oklahoma, more so than this virus. So at this point, those houses aren't costing me anything other than the utilities, to sit there vacant. And apparently we're going to go back to 13 degrees tonight or something, though. So who knew? It was in the 90s last week, so now we got to run heat and everything everywhere. But it's not that big a deal. I have days now that I can go and prep these properties that moved out, get them ready. But just stay cheerful, enjoy working on your own stuff, and work on your own house if you want to. Just, be careful to your level that you agree with this, and try to, that's my goal, stay away from people as much as possible. And fortunately, I enjoy working like that anyway, between working on these houses and working on the farm. So just stay cheerful, and it ought to be over before too long, hopefully, and we'll be able to go back to our stores and start it's probably going to go completely crazy when this ends. There are so many projects that have been put on hold because of this. There's so much. I don't know about y'all, but I'm used to eating out every day. I've mentioned this on videos before. I even take my employees out to eat with me every single day when we're working. I usually buy them lunch every day, everything. Well, we can't much do that now. We get it delivered to the job, but I don't have anyone else working with me because, I'm not going to do that. But hopefully everybody's having a good month, and shoot me some comments on what you're up to this month. Are you getting some profitable things done in your business? Your rentals, your own home? Have you decided to do anything differently going forward to be more prepared for a situation like this? I know I've got a few things I'm going to change, but we'll see how that all plays out. But thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're getting really close to our good number there of 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate every one of you guys. But I'm going to get back to work, and hopefully we can shoot some more tool videos and working videos as we're back on the job site now. See y'all later. Thanks for being here.